Hey there, McAllister's DIY, and I want to talk about today. I put a Mighty skin. Let me go ahead and clip on this mic actually. A Mighty skin onto my Victrix Pro FS. So I'm going to get some B-roll shots here for you to see, and I'll have all of the footage of me putting this on. And just want to talk about the experience in general, and then I'm going to have someone take a look at it, so that way we can get kind of a secondary vibe, because I can't say I'm too happy with this. I'd say 8 out of 10 from what I thought, but I think that like 1 point away from the company, 1 point away from me. Personal application could have been better, but 1 point away for some of the things that I can talk about here in a moment, because I don't always, like when you get screen protectors from Apple, since I used to work there, I used to put them on all the time, so I got pretty good at applying things like skins or screen protectors for people, whether they were our brand or not. So I like to say I have a good experience getting these things on with like no bubbles, per se. Now, a rounded surface is definitely an exchange, but the thing I've noticed is the better screen protectors you buy, the better the applicators are. And you say, what's an applicator? Just whatever tools they give you. Do they give you a squeegee to help get out the wrinkles? Do they give you good instructions? Do they give you a microfiber? I had to have a microfiber and get razor blade, an X-Acto knife, just to be able to do this. And that's not a big ask. You know, you buy furniture, you expect that they'll have a drill or they'll have at least a screwdriver. And the problem I have, the main ones I'll just point out, which is while putting it on, I noticed that the edges don't fully align. So there's this just little bit of white on the edge, and I don't know how I'm supposed to perfectly align it when I can't get the edge to be perfect. Without the edge being perfectly aligned, then I have really no measurement from where to start. Because even when you look at the ports on it, I couldn't back this up any further. I would go over top of the, like, try to back up over this microphone input. If I go any further back, I get in the way of my like opening chamber. So that really doesn't work, which seems kind of inconvenient because, well, I'd want it to work, right? You know, I want to be able to put it there. So I can't do that. And then my biggest gripe is this seam, right, where I had to get it together. Not getting it to be lifted like this is absolutely torturous to me. I don't know why. I just cannot stand that little tiny divot that's there. And it's too late to go back and peel it back off and try to fix that without causing more issues. But in anything where you put these skins on yourself, there's going to be air bubbles or spots where it didn't contour the way you thought it would. Stickers going on round things. If you've ever put stickers on your water bottle, you know that there's just a weird physics there where a piece just ends up being a mountain. And that always personally bothers the hell out of me. Now, Victrix Pro FS has not many skin options out there, not many customization ways that aren't going to be a custom print shop. This was $35, and for that price, I think it's okay, and that's why I put it at 8 out of 10. I can't give it max price because, or like 10 out of 10, because if it's going to have errors going on, if they're not going to give you the tools to support you, then it's not really your fault entirely, or maybe that's just a get good moment. But I can't be buying $34 skins over and over again just to test the fitment. I wish they would have something to attempt it before you go for it, or some sort of alignment tool, like hold this here, start here. They did have an FAQ or like a scan here to get instructions video, and that website wouldn't load, so I had to try to find it on my own. And on that video, they essentially just did it the way you'll see me doing it by hand. And maybe they had some tips they were saying in the video that I didn't quite hear or understand. But like I said, my final impressions are like 8 out of 10. I think from this distance, this looks sick. I think in a bar where I'm going to be playing it, it looks awesome. But I think it's like a showroom piece where you're like, look at how good it is. People will be like, oh, but if I was ever to take it to be somewhere like, let's talk about how good our fight sticks are, first thing, it'd be like knocked for seams. And maybe that's just like the miniature painter in me, where I know people that paint miniatures really well. And I don't speak to myself as being one of these great miniature painters, but I know enough to know where I'm bad at it. And this is one of those things where I see it. People talk about mold lines on like Space Marines, and I think they're crazy. This is my mold line. It's just that seam is bothering the piss out of me. And the alignment for the buttons, I think they could have done a version where you take off the buttons and it leaves some bleed there so that you cover it up. And that way it results in the perfect, where the design goes to there, because I'm going to show it to Zach, and he makes a good point when he looks at it about what could have happened if I had had a different color board. But let's go ahead and take someone else's opinion on this and throw it in here, and then I'll do a little outro. All right, so I've got Zach here. He's a graphic designer, so I want to get his opinion on just the quality. He doesn't play fighting games. Just your general vibe of like, oh, would you do this to your own, or would you probably rock it? You've seen the thing naturally. Would you do that? So here it is, so you can flip it over. The skin is the blue part, so.
Do a little clippy. Let's go for the grand reveal. Okay. I like the watercolor background.
So that was built into their website, so that was nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
As far as like application, like you've seen people put on screen protectors, you're never gonna
Oh yeah,
do
it's
it
never gonna be
as
perfect. I can see right here, it's a little bit off around the buttons, but like not to a degree where it's like noticeable in my opinion. Like there's a little bit on the bottom. It's like kind of looks like a drop shadow or like stroke a little bit.
in
honestly,
a dingy bar / like tournament setting, no one's gonna be looking close at it except for me. So like,
and even then, like it's honestly not that noticeable. I think if it was a darker background, like if you did like an all black background, you have a white bottom, it'd be a lot more apparent. But since it's very light colored from the kind of background you chose, it honestly blends really well. You don't really notice unless you're like staring at it. The Chun-Li art does seem like a little bit pixelated.
when I looked up art for her without finding ones that's just Gooner made,
Yeah.
then this was the only one I could find. I like her arcade style more than her Street Fighter 6 style.
I wonder if they did the watercolor style also just because it's a little bit like pixely on such like a large print. Looks like to me is it was a low res asset that they like hyper scaled up and then it added noise using whatever like method they chose. Yeah. So I mean, from a distance, looks fine. It looks watercolor. This doesn't look pixelated at all. If you're like leaned in staring at it, like yeah, you can see it, and that's someone nitpicking. But like honestly, from a normal use scenario where like you're like this, I would imagine it's probably like the height you're at. It looks good. You can't notice anything. I assume that seam is there underneath of it too, right? Or is that like a crink in the fold?
It's technically flat all the way through. It is flat all the way through.
Oh.
So the seam is partially clearly my fault because I can see this here, but
yeah,
it doesn't go edge to edge. So
I honestly just assumed that underneath it was multiple pieces and like right there's another piece for the curve. Yeah, I thought underneath of it, like instead of being one entire piece, like the curve was a second piece on the fight pad. So I just assumed naturally that like there was a seam from that, and that's like what it was going over. I didn't know it was from the design going on. But honestly, like, it's whatever. It's not a big deal in my opinion. It's like when the light hits it right, it's noticeable. But otherwise, it's just kind of there.
From this direction, I don't see it at all, which is kind of cool. And that's hopefully the way I'll just keep looking at it. All right, now that you've heard from Zach, I think that's really all that needs to be said about it. I could gripe about things, I could be happy about things, but overall, there's just some main points have been said. But I have a few spots where it just didn't work out, where I'll show the worst of it. And I'm going to know that forever, and that'll bother me. So I may get rid of this when I get a new skin, or maybe I'll get a new fight stick where I go totally custom, and that's how I'll solve this problem. Because I do like fight sticks. I think they're really neat. And I want to get an arcade stick with the actual joystick at some point. And I think when I do that, I'll build my own. So otherwise, thank you all for watching. This is a just basic breakdown, tutorial, maybe how-to for those of you in the future who want to know what it'll look like from an average person's perspective. And I appreciate you for taking the time to click on the video. Peace.